Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Happy Thursday evening. We have got a surprise guest tonight. Well, not really surprise, but she is a special guest tonight. And we'll have her come in just a few minutes. We'll see if we can't get some people in the house tonight. Say hello when you come in the room. I see a few people already. Happy Thursday evening, prime time tonight. You're not used to seeing me in the evening, are you? I'm going to go over a schedule for tomorrow in just a second here, and we'll talk about our special guest coming up. We'll talk about Teak Stack just a little bit. Say hello when you come in the room. Do we have our production manager out there? Who is in the house watching tonight? Who can test the sound for us? So I've got a background I thought you might enjoy tonight. Since in Michigan, we're gonna go back to snow tonight. Thank you, Otto. How are you tonight? Everything looks good, sounds good. That is awesome. Who else is out there tonight? We are, hello, Joanne. We are on all 5 platforms tonight. Camille Cowher is in the house with us. She'll be joining us just in a little bit. We're going to see if we can get some people in here. John is out mushroom hunting tonight because if he doesn't go hunting for them tonight, they will freeze. Oh my gosh, this roller coaster weather that we're having is just, it's amazing. It's just amazing. Hello, Kelly Kester. Tag your friends. Tell them to get in here. Hello. Are you ready for some beauty tips? Remember to write your questions down. I hope you came with questions tonight because Camille will be here to answer them. She is a makeup artist, specializing in makeup over 50. So we have lots of questions to ask her. Hi, Linda. Hi, Linda. So tomorrow will be Fenton Friday. We have a double header tomorrow. I'll be on at 10 o'clock for our Fenton Friday in the morning, 10 at 10. And then John is going to join me tomorrow night. He is going to have his own camera, his own stuff. He's going to be selling in the evening. That'll be prime time tomorrow night. So it's a Fenton double header Friday tomorrow. I hope you can join us for that. Okay. Let's see if we can't get a few more people in here. Tag your friends. Get them in here. Let's see what is going on. Oh, so listen, I cannot believe it's almost May 1st. If you are coming to Teak Stack and you would like to have the rates at the Hampton and the Holiday Inn, you need to call them before the 1st because the 1st is when the rates go away. And if you want to stay in town at the Holiday or Hampton, please call them. If you are bringing your pets, try the Hampton. They have a lot better They have a lot better pet policy. You're on YouTube now. Okay, awesome. Awesome. So I can't think of anything else except if you are going to camp, please let me know. We are filling up fast. I cannot believe the response we've had. If you're going to be setting up, that is also free. I just need to know if you're setting up solo or if you're setting up with a camper. So that's where we're at. Oh, John just came back. We'll see if he got any mushrooms tonight. I don't know if that's a local thing or not, but in Michigan, we hunt morel mushrooms this time of year. Before the lilacs bloom, that's when they're always supposed to be out there. Hi, Eddie Gray. All right, without further ado, unless you have any questions at all about Teak Stack, we're going to bring Camille in here in just a second. Remember, Teak Stack is the first weekend in June. It's Friday. You can come in Thursday and set up if you'd like. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I am going to have a flea market with, all our vendors. But at noon on Saturday, we're going to ring a bell and I'm going to have an auction inside the back of our building here. It is going to be the grand opening of the new auction house. So we are so excited. Okay. All right. Let's get going. We're going to bring Camille in. Here she is. Hi.
Hi.
It is so nice to see you. I am so excited to talk to you. And I have to tell you, Camille is got a channel. It's posted below, and she is just delightful. She gives you tips. A lot of them are shorts, so they're short little tips. But I'm telling you what, Camille, you have helped me so much. I am telling you what.
Oh, thank you. That's amazing to hear. Thank you.
Oh, it only takes one little tip. the one that I can think of the most that has made the most dramatic difference with me is a sponge with makeup and wet it first and put it on. Oh my gosh, what a difference to older skin. I mean, it's just amazing. The makeup doesn't crease. It doesn't, it just mattes it a little bit. I don't know how to say it, but just one little tip. What a difference that's made for me.
Absolutely.
Oh, everybody is saying hello. I hope you came with questions because Camille is here to answer your questions tonight, and she's got some tips for summer and spring, right, Camille?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. So Joanne is saying hello, and so is Pauline.
Hi, everybody.
Linda, we've got who's Linda. Linda's in from Canada. Chris Sullivan. Yes, we are doing makeup artists tonight. Okay. So give us some tips for spring, Camille.
Okay, well, first of all, with springtime, we want to lighten everything up. So like traditionally in the wintertime, we have dry skin. Even those of us who are oily are a little bit more dry, and we're using really heavy creams like CeraVe and things like that on our face. Well, when springtime comes around, we really need to lighten those up. So what's really going to be important is daily taking care of our skin, just a basic washing with something gentle like the Cetaphil or CeraVe, doing a double cleanse in the morning and a double cleanse at night. That's after you take your makeup off. So let me just be clear. You take your makeup off with your makeup remover, then you're going to do a gentle cleanse that's not going to strip your skin. Then you're going to follow it up during the day, always with a sunscreen, some kind of sunscreen. And I've brought a couple of sunscreens that I love to share with you really quickly. These actually combine your skincare and your sunscreen and a little bit of blurring, which who doesn't love a little blurring in your 50s and beyond? The first one is Maybelline Dream BB Fresh, and it's the one that's got SPF. And then the other one is Thank Me Later Face Primer Blurring Broad Spectrum SPF 30. So both of these are very affordable. This one is about $8 found in the drugstore. This one is going to be like at Target and places like that. A little bit more money, but both are fabulous.
So I heard somewhere too that you want to put sunscreen on your hands.
You want to put sunscreen on everything. You really want to load up. And so you want to keep something like this in the car for those last minute times. I mean, not everybody remembers when they're at home, oh my gosh, I might, decide to walk for 15 minutes at the park when you get somewhere. And so if you just keep something like that in your car, then you're ready to go. So other things that I like to keep in the car, and here's a big problem, I think, for some people, is we hear, okay, we're supposed to wear sunscreen every day, and then we're supposed to reapply every so often. Well, that's really hard, especially if you wear makeup, because you're like, how am I going to do that? So here's the answer right here. It's called Milani Make It Last. It's a setting spray, but it has sunscreen SPF 30 in it.
Oh, okay.
This, if you're not used to setting sprays, what you do is you just spray it in an X shape over your face. So if you're sitting in the car and the sun is beating down on your cheek on one side and you really feel like you're getting hammered, just give a little squirt and then you've got some extra SPF there. My other great tip that I love is this hat. Oh my gosh, I found it on Amazon, and I'll give Heidi the link for this if she doesn't already know about it. And these are great. You just pop them in your purse or they pack in your suitcase. They unravel. They'll fit almost any head. They have a Velcro closure. They fit over my ears and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So then wherever you are, you have that extra protection.
I love wearing hats in the spring and summer too. I don't know, when I was a kid, could care less, but I love it. I think they're so cute, and plus the protection. Yes,
absolutely. And nowadays those hats are all like UPF 50, so you have that extra SPF protection right there, so you don't have to reapply.
We have to stop for a second. John's got to show you. Come here, show us what you got.
No, you can show them.
We got mushrooms.
Yay!
Do you have those in Alabama?
No, we don't. That's amazing.
Look at that one.
Wow.
It's the biggest one you've ever seen.
Wow. Those are beautiful.
Good job, John. So, the sunscreen is so important. And I tell myself, well, I'm getting sun damage from when I was a kid. So do I have to wear sunscreen when I'm 60 years old? I mean,
Yes, you can't give up. You can't give up. And it'll protect us from getting those age spots. And even sometimes when we wear the sunscreen, we're still, it's just not enough. And we'll still get those little age spots. So it definitely protects us from skin cancers, age spots, and just all kinds of things that we don't have to let happen to our faces.
yes. I even heard somewhere that men who put their hands out their car window over the years, they have more damage to that arm than you can visibly see it because it's from
Absolutely.
hanging their arm out the window.
Absolutely. And that's why I wear a hat in the car all the time. It's so sunny down here in Alabama. And
Oh yeah.
that just beats down on you. And I don't want to be older than I am before time.
Well, if you have any questions for Camille, please go ahead and post the questions and we'll talk, we'll work them in as we are talking. Yes. Everybody is saying good find for John. Yeah, he's excited. For some reason, there is nothing better than finding morels in his world. Okay, so I have a couple questions, and is it okay if I ask one right now?
Absolutely. And then I've got a couple of tips for you for makeup as well when you're ready.
Okay, I have been seriously wondering about the airbrushes, the makeup airbrushes. And is that a good idea for older women to kind of fill in the wrinkles, or is the sponge better? I mean, it's a pretty big expense for one of those, and the makeup and everything.
It is a big expense. And I bought one, I think it was about 6 months ago, to give it a try. And I was so horrified. I hate to tell you this. I was so horrified because it was expensive. I was so excited about it. Like, I've been watching those infomercials with everybody else for years.
Yes.
So sold, and I just knew it was going to be amazing. And I had waited so long to save up for one of those things. And so I applied it, and it was so cracky on my face. It was nice and light. It was nice and light. It was so light. It felt amazing. But you were still going to have to take your sponge and pat it into your face. So I thought, what is the point of that? So
I got one free in a load of, because I liquidate for the Home Shopping Network, and I got one time, and I thought, well, there's something wrong with this because it didn't work right for me, and it made a mess everywhere. I mean, it just made a mess. So, okay, good. Because I see those infomercials and I'm like, man, I want to try that.
I hate to tell you, it's better to just save your money because I was sorely disappointed.
Okay. We have a question and then we'll get back to one of your tips. We've got a question from Stacy. What is a good organic sunscreen?
A good organic sunscreen. I do not know of one off the top of my head, and because I'm not sure if Supergoop is organic or not. It's going to be the closest clean sunscreen that you're going to be able to find that I know of. So that would be my answer for that. I don't know if it's completely organic or not. And I'm trying to find.
What's it called? Supergoop?
It's called Supergoop. That's the name of the brand. And here's one of their eyeshadows. See, it's called. Can you see that? Super. Yep. Okay, so Supergoop has some fabulous sunscreens. They're more expensive, but it's because it's very clean. That's their thing. But I do have this Stem Cellular CC cream that is by the Organic Solution Juice Beauty. And so that is a CC cream that also has the SPF in it, and it's supposed to be organic. So that's something to think about. That's by Juice Beauty.
Okay. All right. Linda, we'll get to your question in just a second. We're going to get another tip from Camille, and then we'll get to Linda's question coming from Canada. But let's have another tip, Camille.
Okay, so we want to start with a clean canvas every morning, and it's going to be important to use a sheer foundation in the summertime. So even if you like something that's more on the matte side of things, you can always mattify it, but you want to start with something that you can kind of still see your skin through. So I love the two that I showed you before, but I like to start with this Neutrogena Clear Face. It's an oil-free sunscreen, SPF 50, and it won't cause breakouts. One thing that's good about this is it also won't go into your eyes as long as you don't come down too far. As long as you're not putting it on your eyelid, it should stay in place pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you're using a light foundation, and then you can do things, it's really, springtime is all about bringing the glowiness and bringing the brighter colors. You want to leave kind of your eyes very, very natural, and focus on a bright lip and bringing some color to the cheeks.
Yes. But did you give a tip in the last show that said in the summertime you want to go a shade darker in your makeup than you normally do?
So what I said, and I've said this several times, and it's not really in the summertime. In the summertime, I can definitely darken everything up, and you can definitely use something like a matte bronzer or shimmer bronzer if you are needing some extra color, which most of us that wear sunscreen all the time are. And I'm just looking for a brush. And the mattifying bronzer will actually add some color. You only need a tiny little bit, and I do mean a tiny bit, and it will just warm up the skin. Mm-hmm. And I've also said before that what you can do when you're getting to be around 50 or so, our skin as Caucasians starts to get sort of see-through. And so in order to combat that look of looking see-through and sort of, we get kind of grayish looking, a little bit grayish. And then the older we get, we kind of get more and more grayish. So if you use, instead of the same color foundation, like we did when we were 20, we were trying to match everything perfectly, on the side of our face, you want to go a shade or two darker. And so you're just going to apply a little bit. When you apply your foundation, you're just going to work it in mostly around your nose and here, and then just lightly dab it out, however you do it, with a brush or sponge or fingers, but just go very lightly. And then when you warm up those areas, it's going to make you look like you've sort of come to life a little bit.
Now, do you need to use blush with that? If you were to put blush on, would you put it on before that and then that all comes together?
Well, here's what I would do. I kind of look at it and decide how I want to look for the day. So if I want to look more bronzy and sort of like maybe I had gone to the beach or been outside a little bit, I'll just go with the bronzer. But if I want to bring a little bit of real life to my face, I put that over, put a little bit of my little e.l.f. over, and it really kind of makes me look more alive.
Yes. Okay.
Or together. It's really up to you.
Yes. All right. We have a question from a viewer, Linda from Canada. She says, dark circles under your eyes, dry skin. She's over 75. You're over 75, Linda? Goodness.
Wow.
Dark circles. Yes.
Okay, so dark circles, you're going to want a color corrector palette. Or it's more, I think it's better to get a palette if you can, but there's some really, really affordable ones. These are by Catrice. This is by Catrice Foundation. It's $5, and it's a really nice kind of cream type color corrector. And then you're going to use the green is going to color correct red. The kind of peachy red here is going to color correct bluish tones and things like that. So what you would do, and I'm going to look funny after doing all this, but what you would do is you would just get a little bit on your finger and say you're color correcting right here. You're going to just pat it in there, and it's going to warm with your fingertips. And then after you get it in there, you can use the lighter color or your regular concealer to cover it up. And the color corrector will take care of that darker color. Now, if you don't like a cream one, you can actually try the ones by LA Colors. They're some of the best. They dry down, and they're very, very thin and inexpensive. And I think they're available definitely in Canada and the United States.
So what is the green one for? Now, you said redness, because I've seen the green concealer, and I'm like, what in the world would you do with that?
Okay, so let's make my nose red. Okay, let's make my nose red. This is the easiest way to show you how it works. So my nose is now kind of rosy, right? All right. And then we're going to take the green, and it's going to counteract or color correct the red. And so what's going to happen is this is all going to just look like my regular skin color. That's it. So are you familiar with how color correctors work?
No, not at all. I know I have some redness going on before I put makeup on, just is that
Right.
something you use with green?
Yes, yes. So I have a lot of wrinkles around the sides of my nose.
Uh,
So just put your color corrector on first, allow it to dry, and then you apply your makeup over it. And then the redness will not show through.
oh my gosh. Who'd have thought? So she's also asking about something for dry skin.
Okay. So dry skin, an inexpensive way to go would be just the CeraVe big tub of moisturizing cream. You can use it head to toe. I like it because it's got ceramides in it, and it also is protects the skin's barrier, the skin barrier. So it really, even if you're washing, even if you perspire a little bit, it's going to protect your skin, and you can use that day and night.
Okay. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them and we'll put them up here. Okay. Anything you want to ask, Camille's here. Now, I have a question about some creams that I've got. Now, I've been using this coffee cream.
Okay.
Have you heard anything about it, or that the caffeine in these helps fill your face out?
So caffeine has been used in eye creams for a long, long time. And it's used in eye creams to help with puffiness. So the idea is that the caffeine kind of wakes up the face. And I don't use the caffeine cream all over my face, but I do use caffeine creams under my eyes. I have one right here by Grace and Stella. It's a caffeine cream. And I think the one by Strivectin, it also has caffeine in it. Nope, not that one. Okay, sorry. But yes, caffeine creams are great, especially for under eyes.
Now this one, and this is the first I've seen it, it says it's for anti-cellulite.
I don't know anything about that. and about anti-cellulite in your face. Why would you want to have anti-cellulite in your face?
Well, you must be able to use it anywhere, but I didn't even see that. I don't know. Okay. We have another question from Pauline. She says, can you recommend a mascara appropriate for someone over 70?
Yes, absolutely. There are two. One is by Prime Lash, and Prime Lash is a lovely, let me get the other one really quickly. The other one is by Blink. So if one's not available where you live, the other one probably will be. But Prime Lash and Blink, they're both tubing mascaras. And the wonderful thing about them is that they're both ideal for watery eyes, people that have any kind of eye issues. They're actually, especially Prime, is actually designed for aging eyes. So anything that's designed for aging eyes has all those issues already thought about: watery eyes, allergies, and also smudging. So the nice thing about these kind of mascaras is that they don't smudge, and this one in particular actually helps your lashes to grow as well.
So just as another question on top of that, how do you feel with doing your lashes underneath your eye? Because I've kind of quit doing that because I think it draws more attention to the wrinkles. But then I don't know for sure. I mean, do you
Okay.
Okay.
So I noticed that you have makeup under your eyes.
Yes. And is it too much? Because that's one thing that I don't know, you get older and it just seems like the eyeliner is the major deal. It's just like you try to do without it and you just feel naked.
Right. Well, we still need something to define our eyes. And if you just do the top, then you kind of feel like you're naked underneath, and it kind of looks a little funny too. So what I do for that, and I don't think that yours is too heavy, by the way. I think I'm not one of those people who is going to say, nope, that's wrong. Shame on you.
No, but still the black all the way across, or just should I start going like halfway and then some colored? I don't know. I have really heavy hooded eyes. My dad actually had surgery to lift all that up because it was interfering with his vision. And so I'm going to have those problems too. And it's just, the eyes are a hard thing to deal with.
I also have hooded eyes, and I also want to apply makeup in a way that's not going to drag down my eye. But what I do is, and I don't really have much on underneath my eyes right now, but I just take a little bit of, now I'm going to use just, I'm not a big eyeliner fan anymore because it's too harsh looking on me.
Yes.
So I'm just going to use a little bit of my eyeshadow. And I'll test it on the back of my hand first to just make sure it's not too dark. And then what I like to do is just sweep it under. And it's very, very soft. So you can sweep it under just a little bit, or you can sweep it under a lot. And what I found is you really need to practice with your eye shape to see what you like. So I can actually bring this quite far underneath if I have the right brush in my hand. So let me show you what I mean. Just get a little bit on my brush so I can actually just do it on the outer half. See, it's very, 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 very soft. And I can also bring it in. And a lot of times I like to bring it all the way in. And I'll do this for a couple of reasons. And I'll show you what. Now, there's the way it looks when I bring it all the way in. It's still very soft. It gives you a little bit of that definition. And also, if you want to line your waterline, you still can without it dragging the eye down. You can just do it with a soft brown. So I'm a fan of doing what you like and what you feel like looks good. And if you're not sure, just take a picture of yourself. That's the easiest way. And if you don't like the way it looks, then you know you need to adjust it, because it's always going to look different when you're looking in the mirror.
Yes, yes.
You know, when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, that's the same person I've been looking at for 20 years.
Oh my goodness. Does anybody else have any questions? Any questions? Let me see what I've got here. I was wondering about wrinkle patches. Do they work?
Yeah. So like the frownies, absolutely. Yes. Wrinkle patches work. And I actually have some other ones here. Let me reach down and get them. So I have a couple of different kinds here that might interest your followers. These are by Blum Body, and these are neck smoothing pads. So they have them for kind of everything. They have them for your face. They have them for your neck. These are for your face. These are smoothing face patches. And let me pull one of these out. And they also have them for the chest as well.
Yeah.
So like you're getting too wrinkly there, and you have a special occasion and you just do something great for yourself for the day before you go. But let me show you these. These are cool. So the face patches, this is just one type, but I love this one right here because when I work in front of my computer, my husband says I look like this all day. So my hair,
I do that too.
He says, you must be working, you're frowning. But all you do, and these are nice because they're kind of clear, and you want to ultimately put them on clean skin, but you just stick it right there, and you can use it during the day, or you can just wear them when you go to bed. And then it's much harder to frown, and it will not to frown. So yes, wrinkle patches work. They're awesome.
Wow.
I'm going to leave that there.
Well, I was watching Dr. Oz the other day. It was a rerun or something, and they had all these different ages from 40 to 85. And the one trick I couldn't believe, they stuck their whole face in ice water. And I said, I'm not going to do that.
No. And I've seen a lot of different doctors. Some of my favorite doctors talk about that, and some are for it and some are against it. So, and Dr. Oz is a heart doctor, so you know, I think he gets a little this area sometimes.
One thing about it, he stuck his face right in the ice with everybody else.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Any other questions for Camille? I am still on the coconut oil kick. I started it when I saw you in January. We were talking about coconut oil and how in the morning after I get in the shower, I put it on my face. And I really like the oil. And what I am actually I am putting the straight coconut oil on my face at night now. Will that clog my pores? And I'm like a coconut oil nut.
I'm not sure if coconut oil is comedogenic or not. Let me check really quickly because that's a really great question. Are you seeing any clogged pores?
I'm not, and I am telling you, and somebody was asking me about this, and I was going to bring it up tonight. I am using this on my hair. It is amazing. I don't know how long I will do it, but I am cutting my bangs twice a month now. I think my hair is fuller, but I know it's longer, and it seems more moisture. So I am going to keep using this. They say it can dry your hair out. But so I'm going to watch that. But I do I do it on my hair before I go to bed every other night, once or twice a week. But then I'll rub it right on my face. And I'm like, I don't know.
So according to Dr. Google, coconut oil is highly comedogenic, which means it can clog pores. However, if you're having really good luck with it, and you're probably taking care of your skin in other ways so that you're not getting clogged pores. So as long as you keep doing that and you're not getting clogged pores, I would say go for it because coconut oil is pretty awesome.
It is. It is. So Linda wanted a follow-up question. She says, are those wrinkle patches reusable?
No, these are not reusable. They do have silicone wrinkle patches that are reusable that you just rinse them off with water and then they come clean. You stick them back on like a sticky sheet and then you can reuse them like 30 times or so. So yeah, and you could find those on Amazon. Everything's on Amazon.
Yeah. We have sold two for the eyes and I've sold them at the boutique sale and I don't know, they have these patches you wear over your eyes like a mask and you can either heat them up or put them in the freezer. And I'll bet that helps. I've never used them, but I bet that helps too for getting those fine lines around your eyes and even up here.
Absolutely.
It's just a temporary fix.
But you know what? If you use them over time, they really do help. They really do help. So
yes.
But the key is to use them all the time.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? So my next question is, what can we do for the hands? Is there anything that you have for the hands, suggestions for the hands?
Absolutely. And this is just simple. It's every time you do something to your face, you do it also to your hands. Every time you do something to your face, you do it to your neck, you do it to your décolleté, and you do it to your hands. And that's it.
The hands show the age so much faster than anything else. And it seems like, all of a sudden you look down and there's your mother's hands. And it's just like, what happened?
In my case, it's my grandmother's hands. Yeah.
Okay. So every time we put something on her face, make sure you put it on your hands too. And,
and what I'm sorry.
You have the sunscreen on your hands.
Yeah. What I mean by that is like so if I use this on my face to clean my face, then this cleans my neck and my décolleté and also my hands. And I'm actually traveling, up my arm as well with this. So I'm applying the same serums all over. I'm applying the same sunscreen, everything, same face cream. It's all going to, work.
Okay. So anybody else have any questions? Do you have anything else you want to show us tonight, Camille?
I would like to show you the one thing. It's expensive, but it's really nice for crepey skin. And when we get those really, really dry skin, it's by Osea Malibu. And it is the most beautiful body butter ever. If you ever get a chance to get it on sale, get it on sale. But Osea has got a great body great body butter. And it's called Undaria Algae Body Butter. And it looks amazing on your skin. It makes your skin so soft. And I can't say enough good things about it. But it is pricey. It's like $50 for the thing. But it's a big one. So
it'll last a long time.
Yeah.
So one thing we haven't we haven't really addressed is the lips. And a lot of times we can't, I believe it or not, I've never worn any kind of lipstick. And I feel like I started watching you and I started wearing just a little bit. And it's like now I don't feel like I can go without it. but of course tonight I have my holographic lip gloss.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. It's beautiful.
Oh my God, it's the dollar store. It's holographic.
I love that. I
know. I do too. And it comes in silver and gold. And I think I'll put it over my lipstick because sometimes I think the lipstick is too harsh.
Right.
But well, there it goes. But that's what it is, holographic.
But it's really made your lips pop. And I keep looking at your lips the whole time thinking, what is that? It's really pretty.
It's like $2 at Dollar General.
Love it. I love it.
The silver's really pretty too. But anyway, do you need to line the lips? How does the lipstick, as you get older, you see some older people wearing lipstick and it seems to just not be where it's supposed to be.
Right. So kind of going in all the cracks and crevices after a while. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
So
is there like a primer or something that you use on your lips just like you would your face?
Yes, this one is actually, and what I do is I put my foundation and all my makeup on, and then I put this over top. This is the MAC Prep and Prime.
Uh-huh.
You can use this, or this was like $20. So if you don't want to spend that, you can go to Maybelline and find their clear lip liner. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put this, I'm going to smear that all over my face. You're going to put it all around the outside of your lips. All around. And then you can go over your lips as well and just kind of give it a finger blend. Allow it to dry for a minute. And then you're going to put your lipstick over. And you don't even have to use a lip liner then, because that's going to hold everything in place. And that is definitely summertime approved as well. And you can use it over your lips just as a nice, like if your lips are dry before you put on something. Mm-hmm. Right over. It's amazing.
Great. Pauline is asking, how long can we keep makeup on? I don't know, Pauline. But I do have a question that's kind of hand in hand with that. If we use a finishing spray, does that actually help to keep it in place? Because I've noticed, and I was just telling this to my niece Jill, because we were talking, she says, the hardest thing about you being on camera must be putting on makeup and get ready. And I'm like, yeah, because if I come on twice a day, I have to put it totally on again, because in a few hours it's gone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you do need a finishing spray then. And a finishing spray or a makeup setting spray is what a lot of them are called. So I love the one by Scandinavia. It's a little bit more money, but if you live in hot swamp Alabama like I do, you want something like this during the summertime, because without it, your makeup, as soon as you go out in the humidity and you start warming up, everything's just going to melt off your face. So even if you don't live in hot swamp Alabama, it's perfect for keeping your makeup almost perfect all day. So what you do is you go ahead and apply your makeup first thing, and then you're just going to take it, give it a little shake, and then spray it from different angles. Don't breathe. Allow it to dry. Don't touch it. And what it's going to do is it's going to take all the layers of makeup that you have on, your blush, your foundation, everything, and it's going to meld it into one layer. And then it's going to actually change the way it looks a little bit. It's going to look better. It's going to look more like skin, but it's going to look gorgeous. And then you can do your day and everything is going to stay in place. So it's amazing.
I read Pauline's question wrong.
Oh, okay.
She meant, how long can we keep our makeup?
Oh, okay. So different times. So usually mascara is like 3 to 6 months. Lipsticks, I think it's up to 12 months. And usually I have a little chart that tells me things that are powders, you can usually keep for 1 to 2 years. But with powders like this one, it's all powder. So what you can do is just spray it with a little bit of alcohol and that will sanitize it. So you can keep it for a lot longer. Any of your powders are like that. Your creams, if you're sticking your fingers in them, or if you're like me and you're using the same brush and you're going back into it all the time, then it's going to get funky pretty quickly. So I say 6 months max on creams.
Is that for brushes too? Brushes have...
No. Brushes need to be cleaned much more frequently.
But do they have a lifespan too?
No. Brushes, I mean, will pretty much last. I mean, even cheap brushes will last a long, long time. So as long as you're not soaking them in water, because you can always tell if you've soaked a brush in water too long when you washed it, because it'll start to get loose somewhere on the end and then it'll fall apart. So, but that's just from over soaking. Makeup like this that's in a tube and you never touch it, you know, you can keep those for like a year. So does that help?
Yep. Okay. That's just me. I read it wrong. Okay. Any other questions before we take off here? I think I've gotten all of mine answered. If you have any questions, last chance for questions. Camille's channel is listed in the ticker below. If you want to check her out, she's awesome. Okay, here we have one. I have extremely dry skin from anxiety, very damaged. Is that CeraVe? Is that just for?
Yeah, I would go with the CeraVe for any kind of anxiety type thing, because anxiety, you know, can make you break out, can give you rashes. Your skin can be a mess. It can be itchy. It can hurt. So definitely stuff like the Cetaphil to wash, or the CeraVe to wash, and then the CeraVe moisturizing cream all over. It's a very inexpensive way to do it. And if this is too thick, you can just mix it with a little bit of water in your hands and apply it.
I did not realize that anxiety could do things to your skin.
Yeah, it can dry it out. It can really, really wreak havoc on it. Any kind of stress or like that can mess your skin up.
Okay, Susan, thanks for the question. That was awesome. Anybody else have any questions before we say good evening tonight? I just really enjoy having you on the show every once in a while. I think it's so much fun. Maybe we can have you back in the fall.
Well, you are so much fun too, and thank you. I'm going to run and buy that holographic lip gloss because it looks amazing.
Yeah, and I'm going to watch you do a short on it. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and call it a night tonight. Thank you so much for watching. We had a great time tonight. Thanks, Camille. We will go ahead and post all your information in the description. We'll go ahead and do that tonight. So anybody that's re-watching it will see. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.